The new mini catalog launches tomorrow. When we scheduled this, I totally thought that it launched today because it normally does on Tuesdays. At least I thought it did. In the past it has. So anyway, I had picked this day because it was the first day. So I can't show you the inside, so I'm sorry. She shared my post. Can't even create a separate post in that group. Stupid Facebook will go share on your page. Thank you. Yes, Facebook is crazy sometimes. Let me see. I think my camera needs to come out just a little bit. So we're going to talk about, we're going to forgive my voice, I'm so sorry. It's allergy season in Florida. If you have your catalog, you can look at this suite on page 24. I think it's where it starts. Let me make sure. Oh, it starts on page 22 actually. Beautiful pictures. I'm going to show you some of those. I've recreated some of them because I thought they were so beautiful. But let me show you. This is the pretty ribbon. I don't remember what it's called. Cherry cobbler and gold. That's what they're calling it. Okay, a satin ribbon. So look at it's really easy to tie bows with this one. It ties really nice. It holds really nice. I have a little bow maker I use too, but look at how nice that the knots hold really well. So there we go. Is it nice and warm in Georgia, or in Arizona, Georgia? Because we're in Florida and it's steamy still. So the two stamp sets are Peaceful Evergreens and Peaceful Season. And make sure you guys can see all that because I'm all discombobulated now. This set is so pretty. I love tree stamps. Thanks, Chrissy. You're the best. Hopefully the people that follow me will get the notification that I'm here and they'll pop over maybe. And like I said, the replay is totally fine. So we're going to use these beautiful trees. There's also this beautiful folder. I think you can see it better when I stick it on the black paper. I think we're going to look and see here. And sorry for the glare. There's no way to get rid of that with the lights above me. So anyway, this folder is so good. So good. Oh yeah, you can see it sort of. Now the glare makes it bad. All right, I'm going to hold it this way and see if that works. However, we do, yeah, you don't, but that heat is hot because we lived in Las Vegas for a few years with the military. And it was that hot, dry heat was ugly too. And then these are the gold textured adhesive backed dots that are also part of this suite. Excuse me. And then there's also the designer series paper. Now, I meant to grab a full piece of red, but I didn't, I forgot. But look at how pretty this is. Every piece, all four pieces have a little bit of gold. And then when you flip it over, you have the matte. So this way, if you don't want that shiny, you have the option for both. And it does come in 12 by 12. And you're gonna get two of everything. And they're so pretty, so pretty. Okay, and then what I wanted to show you, because there's dies that go with both of these stamp sets. And I can show you this, but you know, looking at them like that. This is the one that goes with the sentiments. So you have the Christmas, and it cuts out the bubbles so that you can layer it. You got these two guys, and then those two guys. Aren't they just pretty? And it goes with these. So the Christmas, you could stamp it and then die cut it. You can use the negative space, which I think I did on a card. Here it is. So this one shows the folder, and it's the folder backwards. I didn't use it the normal way. You know, it's hot when the water in the pool is warm. That's how it's been here. I think Chrissy was saying that it's super warm because she has a pool. So when I used this little guy here, and I've got the trees here. We're going to show you those in a second. There's a piece of the paper, a little bit of ribbon, and some of the dots. This is a really easy card because this is just the negative space. I used the Christmas on something else. And there's just a piece of gold foil behind it. That's it. And it's tone on tone. So I did Old Olive. It looks like it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 probably. And then just layered it right on top. Oh, look at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I even had the measurements. Look, you guys. Ish. My ish is because I was making it fit because I didn't want it peeping out the sides that's talking about this gold piece. But if you want to snap a picture of my measurements, you totally can. And that's a 10 inches of ribbon. So the Old Olive embossing folder piece, that's this guy. He's the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. My main card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So it's just a half a sheet of cardstock. Like that. And then you've got the cherry paper is 1 1/4 by 4. The gold, just cut it to fit back there so it's not showing. The cherry piece is this guy. And then the designer series paper is 3/4 by 5.5, and then you just put it all together. This was stamped and die cut. Super easy. So that is straight out of the catalog. I might have cut my paper slightly different, or, because I was just winging it. So there's that one's in the catalog. I'm gonna show you this one too. This one, at first I didn't know I was gonna like this one piece right here. These guys, they're like swoosh, like the wind is blowing. We used them for ground cover here. And this is on a piece of basic white. The trees are all stamped in basic white, and I think, did I say what I used? It looks like, this is Lost Lagoon. This is Old Olive, and these I believe are mossy. They might be mossy stamped off. And this is Cherry Cobbler. And then this little guy is one of the dies too. I didn't write measurements there, so it's not really gonna help you. I was just winging it. And I did the holes twice on my paper. So the die, I didn't punch them all out. I was lazy, but it punches all those out, and so when you have a whole piece of paper, it's just gonna leave a bunch of holes, and then you trim it to the size you want. Super easy to use. All right, so there's that one. And I think there's another one floating around here, but it's okay, I'll find it in a little bit here. So there's those guys. Super good dies. These right here can be used for ribbon. So you can slide, got a little Chad still stuck in there. You can slide this ribbon, use this one, in here, like this. If I go off camera, it's because I needed to be able to see because my eyes are old. And you just double it, grab some scissors, and put it through the hole again. So you've got it coming through this way. And then like the, oops, missed. I think they did that in the catalog too. They did them on colored cardstock. It was really pretty, and embossed the sentiment in gold, and then had this ribbon. What a cute tag, right? And you can do the same with this guy, and he's super cute. So there's those, and then the dies for the actual, let's see, where does that one go? This is the dies for the trees, for the evergreens. So you have the little holes, the little dot guys I was telling you about. And then this is when you stamp the tree and you want to cut them out. And then here's a row of trees. I'll bring them back up so you can see what I'm talking about. I did not do a good job poking all these guys out. There we go. So it was a crazy morning. I originally was like, oh, I'll get up this morning and I'll finish gathering for everything today, while my daughter, when she leaves for her day program. And then they called and made an appointment we had to go to at 9 o'clock this morning, so she couldn't go to the day program. So then that just messed up my plan. Here we go. So over on our Facebook page, what we're doing is, if you already have a demonstrator, we'd love for you to order with them. Especially if it's one of us 5. I want you, if you're Chrissy's or Rebecca's or Ingrid's or Brenda's customer, make sure that you do any ordering with them. If you're new, you'll have 5 of us to pick from, so you have options, and we're all happy to help you. So here we go. Remember the stamp set. So there's just naked trees, and then these are trees that need to be stamped. This is the row, and then there's this little, dots, so like snow. The star you could stamp, but then you also have, oh, I lost him. There's a star. Oh, here he is. One would think I would have glued these down, but I didn't. There you go. And then this one makes a bow. A super cute bow. Let me grab a bone folder and I'll show you. So you're just gonna give them a little curl. Oh, you have it? It's really good. It is one of my favorites. It really is. Glue dots. And then you take a glue dot and we're going to stick it on there. So when you give it a nice bend with that bone folder, it loosens up those fibers and makes it so that it will curl up for you without putting big old crease marks in it. There were so many things I wanted to show you. I'm gonna go live again tonight because, oh, see, I'm missing a little square too. Where did he go? He's the little guy that covers it up. Oh no, he's MIA. Do not see him. I'll have to cut one. Let me just look real quick because he's probably stuck inside of his little piece. He is. Look at. He's not in there now. Only me. This is not my morning. Maybe it just looked like he was in there when I was looking. I'm going to cut it out because it looks really cute and it makes sense what its purpose is when you see it used. I've got my machine next to me. I'm figuring most of you know how to use it, and so if you don't, I will be happy to bring it up. But if you do, then you know, you don't want to watch me turn a crank, right? We can just keep chit-chatting. Here he is. We're going to punch out his little piece of paper, and then I'll find the original one here in a second. It'll pop up because I've made a new one. I'm going to stick him back in the envelope before we lose him, and the star that I forgot. All right, so then these two are going to come together. You signed up for card day on the 5th. Oh, excellent. I'm glad you mentioned that. I signed up this morning too for in October. It's a free event that Stampin' Up! Is doing. And then the idea is they're going to give us, you know, different ideas, I think projects that we can work with. Okay, this little piece of paper had some green on it, so we're just going to embrace it. Because you don't want to wait for me to cut another one. I know you don't. Ta-da! But look at that. It makes the cutest stinking little bow. And glue dots are your friend. You could also do the liquid glue, but I would have like a little clothespin or something, or a binder clip so that you can hold it. But how cute is that bow? Oh my gosh. I love a free event. And you get a small gift for just signing up. Exactly. I don't even know what the gift is. I don't care. It's just they're going to give me a free gift. How exciting. All right, can I bring my cart? I didn't. Hey, Alyssa, can you push my cart over here that's over by the dog? Just without running into her, just push it over here for me. Thank you. Okay, so you have the star for your trees. You got some naked snowy trees. You got your bow, your little cluster. Just kind of push the chair out of the way a little bit and so you don't hurt her, okay? She's old. She can't help it that she's in the way. I'm going to push those guys out of the way and get rid of some of my dirt here. All right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. I have one more. I think I even had directions for it. There's also a gift card holder. Is this not cute? So it's just a piece of DSP. I'll even make one. I think I'll have time to make you guys one. And then this guy pulls out, and you're using the bow as your little pull. But you can stick a gift card on there with like a glue dot. Oh, I might even make another bow to put on the back so it looks a little bit nicer. But I just thought that was cute. You can add a little teeny tiny tag if you have one. That would be really cute too. There's my little instructions. All right, let's make something. I totally swiped this. I'm not gonna lie, I cased it. First of all, it came from the catalog, the layout. But I don't think I made that one. I didn't. But then Mary Deathridge, another demonstrator, did it with the most amazing colors. I had to do it too. So I'm going to show you. We're going to grab some pecan pie. Do you guys like to see the finished project first, or do you like to be surprised? We just work on it and then you see it. I want to hear what you want, what you like. I wouldn't have thought to put Misty Moonlight with pecan pie. I don't know why. It just didn't occur to me. So there's my pieces, most of them. And we're going to use a little bit of twine. And we are going to use that embossing folder that I just set over here where I don't see it, but it's going to pop up. Oh, look at, I put him over here on the other side. So we're going to take our embossing folder. This is a piece of designer series paper. It's this one, but we're going to use the non-shiny side. Let me see what size this was because I didn't write it down. So it's a 3.5 by, I believe, 5.5. Okay? So 3.5 by 5.5. And we're going to set it in here. And so my trees are going this way. And we're going to lay this where you want it. And I like to close it and make sure like my tip of my tree isn't hanging off. You can set it in there however you want. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit like that. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to take off my adapters because we don't need those. This is going to sit straight on the platform with the specialty plate on top. And that will emboss it for us. go. And then when you open it up, can you see that? Isn't that pretty? It's probably hard to see, but I'm going to show you how to make it easier to see. Where? So I have two, I almost said three because it feels like I have three. I have two very obnoxious cats that got up here and played on my table this morning. Heck, where did it go? All right, I'll find it in a second. I'll stamp words while I'm figuring it out. We need this. Okay, don't look at my tray. This is the old one. This is the one I grabbed. I didn't even think about the black one. I just grabbed an old one that I just had sitting around. I literally pulled this ink pad out so that I wouldn't be searching for it. It's my my white one. It's not there. It's not there. This is so sad. All right, we'll come back to it. We'll just do words first, and then we'll go from there. So I wanted you to see that it doesn't have to be. You guys didn't tell me. Do you like to see the finished sample first, or do okay. We're going to take this guy. We're gonna do our words on the pecan, and we're gonna use our Misty Moonlight. Oops, I'm hitting things. Okay, there he is. Misty Moonlight. You could turn this into a birthday card. It could be a Christmas card. It can be whatever you want it to be. I think I don't usually love season's greetings. It's not like my favorite Christmas sentiment, but I think it's gonna fit on here really well. I think. Let's see. I think I'm gonna like the way it looks on there, so we're gonna use it. We're just saying greetings for the season, right? It's not like it's anything bad. Oh. Or we could do birthday. I don't have any winter birthdays, so we're gonna use this guy. So this is the beauty of the clear stamps, is I can lay them on here and make sure that it's going to fit. And this little shape is from Nested Essentials, which is in the, pretty sure it's in the annual catalog. I'm gonna take a little bit of Embossing Buddy and swipe it. Mine is like fairly new, so it's really dusty. And then we're gonna grab the Versamark, and we're going to ink it up. My Versamark looks gross, I know. I do in-person classes, a lot of them, and so it gets used a lot, and so it gets all speckled. And then we're gonna grab my generic tray and do some white embossing powder. So we got new embossing powders. They're made, I guess it's made by Wow is the company. And they really are brighter, especially this white. It's brighter than like our old white was. I'm really, at first I was like, why are they switching? But it really is pretty. You don't mind either way. All right, we're gonna grab our heat tool. And here's my scissors. They'll work. We're just gonna heat it up. I'm not gonna hold this one in my hand because I don't want to get burned. It's too small. It'll get too hot. As soon as this end is done a little bit, I can come up and show you. So if you've never seen heat embossing, these are just ground plastics and whatever other technicalities they put into them, but they're melting and creating that beautiful embossing, just like your store-bought cards. And I don't mind that there's a little bit of speckle. The Embossing Buddy helps a lot with reducing that, but honestly, I think the speckle looks cool, so it doesn't bother me. I just kind of go with the flow for that. We're gonna grab our white, and we're gonna grab our stamp set, which is over here. Oh, look, I already put the trees on. Look at me, getting it all done. If only I knew where my white ink pad was, that would be perfect. Brush him off, and I'm gonna grab my piece of black because it's just easier. You guys, I think, can see better that way. So we're gonna take this tree. I'm gonna ink him up. This is for the inside of my card. I'm gonna stamp one off to the side like that, and then I'm going to stamp one of this. There's 3 trees. There's a small, medium, and large. And this is the large and the small. And I just did those guys. You could do your envelope to make it all coordinate, and that would look really good too. Oh, there's my white ink pad. I knew if I sat here long enough it would show up. It's sitting right to my left, like under my nose. So we're going to stick this guy, oops, straight would be nice. So do you guys have favorites in the mini? Those of you, if you don't have a mini and you don't have a demonstrator, make sure you ask us. We will get you one, because nobody should be without. All right, and then remember we had this piece, and it's kind of hard to see that embossing, but if you take your white ink pad and you're just going to drag it across that where it's raised, it's going to make it stand out just a little bit more. Oops, piece of my pad just tore off on there. I think it was a piece of like paper that had ink on it. A little more at the bottom. But I don't know if you can tell. It really does make a difference. I'll set it down there, maybe you can see it. And then we're going to put this guy is going to go on here on our pecan. And that's really pretty too though, right? And we're going to adhere that nicely. Yeah, I don't mind being surprised either when people are making stuff. One of my customers is a retired teacher, and she's like, a good instructor shows you where we're going, so you should see it. And I was like, I know, but sometimes people get distracted if they see it first. It's like putting a brand new catalog in a stamper's hands and then asking him to pay attention. I'm gonna flip this over so we don't have that mess. Okay, so there's that. And then I've already did this because you don't wanna watch me do this. I cut out trees and we're gonna stick these on with dimensionals. And we're just gonna use the big one and the little one because those are my 2 favorite ones. And I think I was supposed to grab more dimensionals and forgot. There's some more. And these end pieces are great because to get around this tree and all these weird little ins and outs, you literally can just tear them. You don't even need your scissors. But then it lets you get up here at the point of the tree without anything hanging over. You could totally use mini dimensionals too. Oops, wrong side. It still had paper on it. Wouldn't stick. Don't mind the cat hair. I have a cat. I'm gonna put one more right there. All right, so we're gonna stick him on. Like that. And then this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. Use up these little end pieces. I don't ever throw these away because they work perfect. And then we're gonna stick this guy. Like, I think we're gonna like that. All right, and then my words, I'm gonna, now that it's cooled off, I'm just rubbing it on, well, my pants. I would say a paper towel would probably be, the better way, but I used my pants, and that's okay. So this is from I think it's the Essentials Baker's Twine, and I'm gonna make this easier this time. I didn't do it this way the first time, and I should have. I'm just wrapping it around my fingers a few times. Lost my scissors. Where are they? A piece of paper was covering them. So we're gonna take this dude, and he's going to come in. He might be too big. We might have to make him skinnier. Let's see. When I want it to do a figure 8, it doesn't. Today it's gonna do it. So I'm just gonna stick these guys where I want them, and I let the twine do what it wants to do. I try not to fight it too hard, and I'm really liking the way that laid, so we're gonna stick with it. We're going to use our glue dots and glue this down just so that it'll stay still and that those ends don't fall out. all going to be covered up with our sentiment. Let's get one there. I'm going to stick one right on top too. Just helps everybody stay in place. All right, like that. So we're going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to put a few on there because they're going to be covering up that twine, that linen thread. No, it's not linen thread, it is twine. I had to think about which one it was because it's from the Essentials, and that is twine. And it comes, it's like vanilla white, black, and I think like crumb cake, that craft color. I got a feeling this guy's gonna want some on this end too. I know I'm using a lot of dimensionals, it's okay. You get 300 in a package, plus the edges. Look at that. Oh, he's crooked. Ah, move him over just a little bit. And then you can fiddle these guys around a little bit. Ta-da! And then I used, okay, I couldn't decide which embellishment to use, but these are the new Druzy. I forget which suite they go with, but they're called Druzy. Google it if you don't know what it means. It has something to do with the way that the mineral deposits are, right? On rocks, I don't know. It's something like that, something science-y. So we're gonna stick a couple of these guys in here. And I just think they're pretty, and they go with the pecan pie, make a nice sparkle, and then look at the inside. Ta-da! They go with the sentimental suite, there you go. And it has to do with crystal particles, exactly. And then I did one, the same card, but I made it birthday wishes. And so, nice masculine birthday card any time of the year because there's always trees. So yeah, that's a really good one. I like that. I like that one. All right, let me see what other one I got for you. I have some bits and pieces. So I have this one that I did. It's kind of, you know, it's not real super fancy or anything, but it's a cool technique if nothing else. And then at the last minute, somebody posted the most gorgeous card over on our demonstrator planning place, and I had to make it. So I think we'll have time to do both, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna have some, what is this? Pool party, shaded spruce. Let me show you the card. So it's this one, and then look at all those rhinestones. Thank you, Georgia, thank you, Chrissy. So, but you see how my tree is not stamped on top of the snow, and the snow isn't on top of my tree. It's around my tree, because if you stamp this, doing a video, I even have do not disturb, I don't know what happened. If you stamp this background stamp and then try to put the tree on top, you're going to have snow coming through your tree, and I didn't want that. We're gonna do this one and grab some white. I didn't cut because I wasn't sure what I was gonna show you. I mean, I have all these things on my space in front of me going, what should we do? And I think I'm gonna do this one a little bit smaller this time. We're gonna do a 5 3 3/4 because it's my favorite size. Oops, I just did 4 3/4. I want 3 3/4, please. There we go. We'll go ahead and do one for the inside. I can't use that now. And we'll do the same side. So when I do a class, I try to keep all the white pieces the same size. So if I have a white layer on the front, I try to make it the same for the inside. That way the wrong one doesn't get used by accident. Because that's tragic, right? Oh, let's see. We're gonna take, this is the falling snow. Was falling snow, was it in here or was this one in the annual? I don't even remember. There's so much new stuff that I don't remember anything. And my friend Chrissy, I know she's got a catalog sitting right there. Or she just knows the answer off the top of her head. There used to be a really cool picture index in the back. This year there's not, and so now I can't just look. I can't show you the book, so you can't help me. Let's see if I can see it. Embellishments, dies, folders. It must be in the annual or the online because it's not in here. Totally fine. So we're gonna need white, we're gonna need this, and we're also going to need a piece of masking paper. Where did did it go? Don't laugh at me. It was here just a second ago. There it is. So if you haven't used it, it's really good. Oh, that's not it. Oh. So part of what we're planning to do is some of us are going to try to do some scrapbook pages. I'm still working on mine, so I'll be back live again at 7 tonight, and I will do it then. So masking paper, it comes in a package of 12, and they're like 5 by 7. We're going to need that. So we're going to take him. I like to stamp the tree because, you know, it's in the new mini. I didn't see it in the index. I still have some blue ink on here. I'm just going to huff on it and use it. And I'm going to use the dies. This doesn't have to be perfect. This was just so you could see what I'm doing. I wanted to stamp on it so you'd know what I had going on here. I'm going to grab this die and I'm going to cut this out. So it's going to go on my die cutting machine like that, okay? It has a shiny side. Don't stamp on the shiny side. I did that earlier. It's bad. This is the paper side. So you can tell the shiny side too is that it peels up like this, because that's going to be the sticker portion. It will make your life so much easier. So at first, I wasn't a huge fan of the masking paper because it kept tearing my cardstock, and I couldn't figure out what to do. I stumbled across a video of somebody showing, she's a demonstrator from, I believe, Germany, and she was explaining how she fixes the problem. It's not a true problem, it's just that it didn't do it on all papers, just on some. And so it was just catching too much, so you gotta kind of get it, put some fuzzy on it. So now I've got that die cut. I'm gonna stick him back in here, and then I'm going to peel this off, and I have a paper towel. Because paper towels are a little fuzzy. Oh, it's on 56. Oh, there it is. Crazy. I did not see it in the back. That's probably because I was wanting to find it. It is in there. So it's on page 56 of your mini catalog is where you can find that folder. Embossing folders, birch, forever, and painted. Huh. I forgot it. So I did that, and I'm just going to gently peel it up. And I'm going to do it one more time, not as firm as I did the first time. And all that's doing is getting so it's not as sticky, because too much sticky is bad, okay? We're going to clean off this stamp because we need to do it in green. We just used blue because the ink was already there. We're going to use some shaded spruce. I love shaded spruce. We're going to ink it up and put it in the middle of my white. And when you're looking at this, see how it's super shiny and then it's kind of dull, like I missed it. This is a distinctive stamp. So it has those spots in there that are designed so that you get that. Isn't that pretty? Close this guy up. Put you over there. All right. Here's my tree. We're going to use my tree. See, we're going to set this on here. And you don't need to like smash it on there. You just want to gently pop it on there. And then look, I just keep my stamp right here. It's even dirty still from when I made this card last night. I'm going to leave it right in here. It's not going to hurt us. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not, because I'm going to show you another trick. I take that back. Take it back and grab a piece of scrap paper. Because it does help. Like this is a piece of record paper. I'm just folding it in half so it doesn't, you know, go everywhere. I'm going to put this on here. He's just going to sit there. We're going to ink him up. I just ink the whole thing because I might change my mind where I want to stick it. So my tree that I stamped, it's green, and I put this template, this masking paper over it. I'm going to set this where I want it to be, like that. And then I'm going to take my paper, and now I can smash it. If you have a Stamparatus or a Misty tool, you can use those too. If you have the big giant block, you can stick it on there and do it that way too. Look at those snowflakes. All right, then I'm gonna grab this guy. Look at that. Oh, he's so pretty. Ta-da! And you can use this again, so don't get rid of him. I'm sticking him right there on my iPad. Look at how pretty that is. So I was thinking, because this one we did like that, and I know I have that same little label, because I like that little love and joy. That was cute. Or, no, that guy's too big. Let's grab this. And it is really pretty. I like it a lot. Peaceful Season, and we're going to use the Joy and Love to You. As soon as I can see it, there it is. I'm going to ink it up and stamp it on here. I think I missed a spot. Beautiful. And then my inside piece, I have the words on the other side already. Let go. That side's dirty. Like that. The last card I'll have to show you is a quick one because I pre-cut everything so that you wouldn't have to wait for me to do all that. I'm gonna stick this in here. We're doing this one a little different because I wanted to see what it would be without the pool party. And so, and I like this ribbon, but then I had this pool party ribbon sitting here, but it's got the dots on it, so I wasn't sure. Ooh, here we go. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cute. What do you guys think? We could put it there and add our little words here, or like just below it. Do we like this ribbon or not so much? Because it kind of has that, you know, it has those green blue hues to it. I know, it's kind of cute, right? And do I want a bow? If I do, I'm going to tape this on the back because I think this ribbon is just, it'll get too bulky. So we're going to cut a piece. This ribbon is super, super cute. Oh, you like the white bow? Well, I'm glad I have one with the white bow. We're going to go ahead and try it since we have one with the white bow and just see what happens. I like to try things that maybe your brain says, what are you thinking? My tree over there. I'm using up the rest of these dimensionals to go. There we go. I'm gonna have to grab another package. All right, let me grab some really quick. I got scared for a minute. I was like, I always have a bunch out here, and at first I didn't see them. I love a new package of dimensionals. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna stick a couple in here too. I don't want them to get saggy in the middle when we put bling on it. One more here. Pull all these guys off. Ta-da! And I'm gonna use my little bow maker. Bring it up here and show you guys who made it. Oh, it doesn't say on here. I was gonna tell you who made it. It's another demonstrator. Can't think of her first name. Lee Conley, I believe, is the one that I order them from. She's a demonstrator in Florida. They were last time I bought one, which was about a year or so ago. They're like under $20, so. But it helps. We didn't get any. I know we did not get any real red ribbon. Do we have some in the catalog already? Or I guess we got white and we can color it, right? Oh, I think it looks cute. It looks like little snow. We might have to put him up there. This one's cutesy. All right, because those little pom-poms are getting in my way. If I put him off to one side, I can put him there and let him hang off a little bit. That's not so bad. All right, let's stick some glue on there. Just don't ask where. That's how my things are, Georgia. I'm like, I know I own it, but where did I put it? And actually my office is such a nightmare right now. I'm working out on my classroom table. So I have like 2 rooms with messes because I just dread going in there to clean it up. Because I'm chaotic when I'm crafting. I think we're gonna stick in there. I love my bow maker too. I have a couple, and then I have a friend that her husband made some. I forgot about that one too, and it's bigger, and it does more sizes. I'm gonna stick you there. Let's see what embellishments we have. Ooh, those guys might be pretty. Don't think the peppermints so much are gonna work. I would like for them to because I think they would make cute ornaments. Look how cute they would be on a tree. As little ornaments. These, you guys, I'm just thinking, they're gonna probably sell out quickly. If you want them, make sure you're online to order tomorrow because they're so stinking cute. Are you gonna use any Stella on the tree? I sure can. I sure can. Okay, so this green, oh, I like actually what it's doing. It is spreading it, so you can't just go swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. You have to be gentle because it was a really juicy ink pad, and this green is one of the ones that spreads really well with the alcohol. That's a good idea. I almost feel like this guy needs it now, like in between. This one has like 100 rhinestones on it. I couldn't help it. I don't even know if do we still have these or do we only have iridescent? Who knows? I know I should know this. I've been a demonstrator for almost 25 years, but I can't keep up anymore. I just don't know anymore. This guy's crooked. We gotta fix him. And put him in front of my face so I can see. Do we use, I think it's just iridescent that we have now. I think we're just gonna use a couple of these. Ta-da! Okay, but isn't this gorgeous? I think it is anyway. I think it's really pretty. So this is even embossed. This is our glimmer paper. You can see it better when it's down. It's embossed, and then the trees are also cut out and stuck on there. And then those are the gold embellishments, and then just embossing and that pretty ribbon. I just think it's so pretty. So, so pretty. So I thought I would just show you really quick. All I did, because this is like the world, it's the super easy card, and I can't remember the demo's name who actually did it. I thought she was brilliant though. So all I did was cut my glimmer paper and stick it in here. When you're cutting your glimmer paper, you guys, you know when your blades get old, I always save one and I write glitter with a thin Sharpie because the glitter eats up your blade. If you don't have that luxury of having one handy, make sure that you cut your glimmer upside down, okay, so that the plain white side is what the blade is touching first, okay, because that's what it needs to cut. And it will be a little bit less harsh on your blade. But if you have a spare one you can keep just for, that's even better. So I think this one, I had this piece of black and I thought we're just gonna try it and see how it looks. Oh, I got a glue booger. This sat down too long. I'm gonna glue this guy on a little piece of black. It's just a thin border. I'll have to get rid of him because you won't be able to see. There we go, maybe. So I will be back live tonight at 7:30, and then tomorrow Rebecca's going live. I think she's doing a recorded video in the morning and then doing a live in the evening. I can't remember for 100%. I'm not completely sure. I'm just going to use this instead of the red. Oh no, I think I want the red. I think the red is still going to look good. So I did just like I did earlier, and I'm just going to wrap it around and tape it. because then I don't have to fuss with it too as much. I can get that bow just the size that I want. I'm gonna cut that guy. My poor husband, he's the one that called, and he's like, "Oh, are you doing your video?" And I didn't even have to ask, he just hung up. He's gonna feel terrible when I tell him what happened, but then the screen just went black. Okay, so this is what happens to Lisa Marie all the time. Just opened a brand new package like 10 minutes ago. We're gonna open another one because I don't know what I did with it. We're gonna stick some dimensionals on here. And this is gonna go on a piece of white. Probably the only one that found me, Chrissy. That was tragic, right? And we're going to stick this. I need to be able to see. Like that. I have no glue under here because I still want to stick my trees that I know I have. Here's one. That's not one. There's one. That's not one. Where'd the other dude go? There he is. Punch out all these little guys. This time, I think I'm going to use, I don't have any minis. I don't know where they're at. So I'm just going to use these guys. I'm just going to cut them because I want to see how it is popped up. I think it's going to look good. And it's going to be under the ribbon, so I'm going to be okay. I'm going to bring this back up so you can actually see what I'm doing. Sorry. And it's white, so I don't think it's going to be horrible. Let's make you smaller. Come off. Because honestly, I even think that the minis are going to be seen. That's not so bad. I say it's not bad, but then when I go to take pictures later, it'll be like, oops. Okay, not the best idea. Let's poke the rest of these guys out. These, they cut so much better if you make sure that all those little pieces are out of the die too. Otherwise they build up in there. And then they don't cut as nice. You don't need many. They're gonna stick just fine. I need a skinny, skinny one for up there. I know. I would be terrified if I'm you. I'm working out all the kinks. I'm gonna have to restart my phone because I think something, I have it on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know why it's letting calls through anyway. Okay, and then we're gonna stick this guy. I know I should have done this first, but then I know exactly where I want things. He's a little crooked, so we're gonna straighten him out like that. And then we're gonna stick this guy. I love these trees. These are like Charlie Brown trees. That's what they make me think of. And then one more. I have a cranky kid that wants lunch. All right. Let's get this little dude up here. There we go. And then we're going to stick you here. Isn't that pretty? I kind of like the black. I do not hate it. I think it would be really pretty with black and white ribbon. I didn't have any, so I just surrendered to it and said it's okay. I think it is a favorite in your phone. Oh, I'll bet that's what it is, Chrissy. You're so smart. It's because he's one of my favorites. That is exactly what it is. All right, I'm going to show you one more cool trick if you don't already know it. Is this it? No. Is this it? No. I need the right one. Here he is. Okay, so Merry and Christmas are from, not from this set because that would have been nice. Maybe we should do Peace and Joy. Let's do Peace and Joy. I'll show you that trick too though. Peace and Joy, I think is going to look cute on there. And I might be able to get it on. Hopefully you guys can't see this horrendous mess I have over here. So It's really bad. There he is. What if we use him? Peace and Joy would be cute on there on an angle. Let's do that. So if you're trying to get, like this one is Christmas and it's that really pretty font, so you do it upside down on the item that you want to stamp it on and set them upside down like that. Grab them with your block and they'll be exactly the way you need them. But I changed my mind. We're gonna use Peace and Joy because Peace and Joy. I like it. I like it. And I lost my Versamark. For the love of all things. Probably fell on the floor with my luck. There he is. So we're gonna ink him up. I don't think I did this, so we're gonna do it again. I see a little Chad we need to get rid of. Like that. I'm gonna take some gold. I'm just gonna set him on here. Oh, that's gonna be so pretty. Close it up because there's nothing worse. I know the black and white looks cool, right? So when I saw this, there's another demonstrator, she posted it this morning with the glimmer, and I never even thought about putting our glimmer paper through an embossing folder. It just never even crossed my mind. All right, so we're gonna melt this dude really quick. Thanks for coming back, Georgia and Chrissy. No, I will not spill it. No, but it's why my voice is crackly, so I'm allergic to it. I've been using it for 2 days. I'm extra crackly. I'm always a little bit, but this is compliments of, ouch, that was hot. Okay, if you're gonna hold things with this guy or anything metal, it gets hot. Oh, I think maybe put him over here so that little tree can be seen. Oh, now I wish I would have threaded the ribbon through it. Now I got all these thoughts. Do we still need a bow? Probably not, but we're gonna just make one just in case and see what it looks like. On my first one, I did do a double bow, and the little bow pieces kept like flopping back inside. So I stuck a glue dot in there and told him, you're not gonna do that. I don't know, we're gonna have to play with that. I don't know if I need him. I do need dimensionals though. I didn't know either. But it went through perfectly. It's gorgeous. It is so, so pretty. Oh, my ribbon should be threaded through there, you guys. Ugh. Can I take it apart? I just need one side. Not that piece, this piece. Oh, I can't. Hold, please. I can fix this. Oh. Come here. It's caught on the tape. Let go. It'll just look pretty, because that's what it's for. So we're gonna slide it through here and slide it through here. This is how I come up with cards. I start making something one way and then the changes happen. And it's gonna go like that. I'm gonna grab another little piece of tape so we can hide him back inside. And it's going to go back in there. Oops, look, it stayed on the table. I promise I know what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, wait, get back in there. Because you still want it to be tight. And I'm just gonna take this dimensional off and I'm gonna give him a fresh one. Because black paper especially, it like holds on. Ha! Look at that. That's better. See, now does it even need a bow? Where would you put it? Would you put it there? It doesn't look bad there. I can get rid of the tails. Okay. Ta-da! And then, you know, oh, get back on there. I bent him a little bit when I was picking it off. Oops. So I used the little gold guys, which I love. So I think I'm gonna do that again, assuming they're here still. because I've made like this giant craft-a-lanch because I got so frazzled over all the technology issues. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, but it did, and I can't help it. It was very stressful. You guys weren't stressful. The technology was stressful. All right, we're gonna stick this guy. I like when they're kind of hidden away, like not fully exposed. And then we can go with one here. And we can go with one. How about there? Okay, does it need a bow? Try a bow. Oh, above the words. That's a good idea too. So like up here. That's not so bad either. Let me stick a glue dot, a temporary glue dot while we decide. We can always get rid of. Remember, if you make a mistake, the card becomes a stamp. Oh, there you go. All right, do we want it on top of that little dealy bob? Do we like that? Let me hold it up so I can see it better. Georgia, are you a demonstrator? Or just a love, do you just love Stampin' Up? I don't know if I love him there. I wanted to love him there. Let's see how he looks over here. And he might just not need a bow. I keep messing up my ribbon though. So he would go that way. Can you hang down, but give him a little tug. Another little tug. And then we'll pull him back up, fluff him. He's getting a little mushed. Okay. Now that I've mangled him a little bit, that's a good thing. That's okay. It's the best deal that we have is to be a demonstrator, and you get the early releases, you get the discount, you get to be part of our amazing community. It's awesome. It's actually how I started 25 years ago. I was just going to be a hobby, just, you know, save some money. So there you go, 2 different ones. Which one do you like better? I like them both for different reasons, you know. I think they came out really good though. All right, I'm going to squish all my things out of the way. I'm going to bring these down, and I will probably maybe make a gift card tonight, I'm thinking. Look at, here's my cutesy, my little trees. All these guys, aren't they beautiful? Yep, I was a hobbyist, and my husband said, you are spending so much money with this company, that company, this company, that company. He's like, can't you just pick one? And I was like, how do you pick one? He's like, don't they offer like discounts? And I was like, well, yeah, but I don't want to sell stuff. And he's like, come on, just pick one. He goes, I will buy you the kit. And I'm like, you don't even know how much it is. He goes, I will buy you a kit if you pick one and stop buying from so many. And because, you know, we were in the military, we lived in base housing, we had no money, and I did home daycare, but he was like, just tell me. I was like, it was $295 for a kit back then. You guys get, could you hold up closer? Yes, these guys. Let's see if that's better. So anyway, he bought me the kit. I was doing home daycare, and there's a little piece of paper stuck right there, and I'm gonna bring him down because I was too close. And so I was doing home daycare, and I had a daycare parent call, and she had just moved here, and she's like, do you know a Tupperware? Do you know a Pampered Chef? She was asking all the things, you know. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, do you know anyone does Stampin' Up? And I was like, I can help you with that. I said, I'm not doing classes. But I can get you a catalog, and, you know, I'll help you out. And she was like, well, okay. So I got her catalog, and she's like, you're going to have a party for me. And I was like, I'm not comfortable. She's like, yes, you are. You'll be fine. And that was all she wrote. And then I truly just did it for several years because I was still doing home daycare, still had my own young children. And I just did it to make enough to get what I wanted, you know, support my hobby, which made my husband very happy. And then I was moving along doing that, and we moved into our own home, and I called Stampin' Up one day, and my business had been growing a little bit. I had a few people under me, but they were all hobbyists, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they weren't doing $1 million in sales or anything like that. And they didn't have big teams under them. But I called to ask a question and they said, "Congratulations, Lisa Marie." And I said, "What did I do? Are we playing a game?" They're like, "You earned an incentive trip." And back then we did getaways. So it was like less points than what it takes for like the main trip that we have now. So you could earn the smaller one or you could earn the big one. You couldn't earn them both. And I was like, "How did I do that?" And they laughed at me with me and they explained to me what I had done, because I really didn't have anybody that was watching that and teaching me what all of it meant. And because I considered myself a hobbyist, I wasn't keeping up with the updates, didn't even know there were 2 trips available. I knew there was one and I knew I would never do it. Well, now here I am, and I've been on, I don't know, probably almost a dozen trips, maybe 10 or so. I don't even remember how many now. And like, because once I figured it out and found out how much fun it was, I was like, well, now I have to do more because this is cool. And then in the meantime, my kids grew up and they didn't need me as much. So it was easier for me to do things. I have one at home still who's special needs, and this works out perfect because I can be here for her and I can keep doing what I want to do. And when I earn the trips, she gets to go, so she's excited. And like this month is the final month to earn the next trip, which is I think it's May. They're doing Disney in Florida, and which isn't far from us, but the trips are so amazing when Stampin' Up does them. It's like you don't want to miss one. I had to miss it this year. I earned it, but I couldn't go, and I was so sad. And so I'm super excited that I'm close to this one. I'm hoping by the end of the month I'll have it. So anyway, I started as a hobbyist too, and here I am. So you just never know what's going to happen. Read the updates, try to stay up to date, and keep up with the things that are happening so you don't miss out on something. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me this morning. If you were here during all of the technical difficulties and 2 videos and all the things that could go wrong and my frazzled state of mind, I really appreciate you. I hope you'll come back tonight. I'll be back at 7:30 Central. And then, like I said, there'll be someone every day through Saturday. And if there's anything we can do to help you, if you have questions, please go ahead and ask. We'll be happy to help you with anything that we can. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye.